the gleaming candlelight still shining bright through the sycamore for me. The new mown hay sends out its fragrance from the fields I used to roam. When I dream about the moonlight on the Wabash, then I long for my Indiana home.
Hey everyone, History Mystery Man here, coming to you today from Indianapolis, Indiana. Just a block away from the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. My goal today to get inside the pit area for the big USAC Midget show across the street on the little dirt track inside the big track, the finale for the BC39 tonight. But first, I wanted to show you this house behind me. Now, this is the home that two-time Indianapolis 500 champion Bill Vukovich used to stay in when he'd race in the 500. You know, today drivers emerge from their multi-million-dollar motorhomes in the infield. They're all right there where they need to be. But think about this, back in the day, two-time Indy 500 winner Bill Vukovich, winner in 53 and 54, emerges from this home Sunday, May 30th, and walks across the street to the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Can you imagine a 500 champion just trotting along here on the street, walking to work to the Indianapolis 500? Unfortunately, Vukovich would lose his life on that May 30th, 1955 Indy 500 day. Really sad day in Indy 500 history. Have no idea what we're going to get into across the street, but I'm looking forward to it. Best news of all, History Mystery Man here on duty and at your service. Let's go see what's inside. That's so cool. How important is it to you, Roger, this grassroots racing level we're at here today, the midgets?
Well, I think I started watching this back 70 years ago and back in Cleveland, and many of the guys that were the big stars at Indianapolis came out of this grassroots, and I'm just thrilled to see a crop of young people, 15, 16, 17 years old, racing against Larson, and people like Chase Elliott and Briscoe, and just the whole imagination of these kids is terrific. We got to support this in a big way.
Be smart. You gotta go out for a heat race.
What happened?
Yeah, I can't now.
I'm sorry.
Thank you, sir.
This is a pretty good camera angle, by the way.
Yeah, it worked out really well.
How long you been driving an open wheel midget car?
Midget car. The first time I've run one was December 2017, and I've done it about 22 times since then.
Really?
My goal is to run the USAC Tour, run all the races, 2022 or 2023. As sure as you all know, it's an expensive sport, so
Yeah.
it has to get the funding.
It's so hard to find the funding, you know.
It's gonna be hard
The
to find.
desire's there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Would you say you're the only African American in the lineup here tonight that you know of? You am.
absolutely
You
am.
are.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
am. Yeah.
Yeah.
And anytime I'm the only one that runs really any sprint cars across the country. So.
Yeah. What do you do for work back home? Are you?
I own. I don't have my shirt on, unfortunately, but I own Combat Cleaning Services.
Oh, really?
It's a floor cleaning company. I take carpet, sound ground, and upholstery.
That's awesome.
And so it's a better known company, just like me. So I'm trying to franchise that around the country to other vets.
Well, it's been an honor speaking with you. I'm so glad you took a few moments, and
Absolutely.
I wish you the best tonight. And in fact, I'm going to root for you. I know.
I appreciate it.
I know that the biggest victory in all would be to make the A main, which is,
Yes.
would you call that nearly impossible with a star-studded field? Or
It's pretty tough to make the A. If I made the B, I'd cry if it's you. So
Okay.
that's really my goal.
I understood completely. I mean, I'll cry some tears with you, man.
That'd be badass.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
And I'm here to support my son. Awesome experience. Experience is a thing for him.
Yeah.
The more experience he gets, hopefully the better he'll get. got some great people that are mentoring him and so forth.
Do you get nervous when watching your son?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Nervous, just anticipation, anxiety, and the hope that he does well.
Sure.
And is safe.
Who's the race fan here? You, him, both of you? Where'd it come from?
You know what? It's been him, and I follow him with this passion.
Yeah, yeah. There's no other greater joy in life than to see your son achieve or have any level of success. I understand. I got kids, so I know where you're at.
Yeah.
Thanks for your time, sir.
Much appreciated.
I appreciate
Thank you very much.
Yes, sir.
All right. Have a good day.
There he goes.
Get your camera ready. What up, Chad? How are you?
Three and four is tricky.
Yeah, it's just like above it is like
Yeah,
really
Spencer
rough.
said it's like unloads it, loads it, unloads. Like he felt
There's
better.
just like a bunch of cushions up there. It's hard to hit it right.
Yeah. That's second and points.
You could argue the case that you're the greatest driver right now in America, and if you put yourself in a F1 car, Formula One car, I'm sure you'd go good there. All the extra stuff you do, is it to help keep you sharp in the seat? Why do you do it?
I mean, I do it because I love it, but yeah, I mean, I think every time I race, it's another opportunity for me to get better. So enjoy doing it and like staying busy.
Do you ever not feel like getting in a race car as if it was almost a job or something?
No, not at all. I mean, when you're running good, it's always fun. So, I mean, the biggest thing is just trying to have fun with it. And yeah, like I said, I like the busyness. I like the travel, and then winning makes it all great.
Your level of respect for these open wheel gladiators.
Yeah, it's I mean, they're crazy, especially these midget racers. They're wild and young and a lot of fun to race with, a lot of fun to watch. And the outlaw guys and third lane model guys and a handful of the midget racers, they're professional race car drivers, so they do for a living, so it's fun to compete.
Who's the guy to beat tonight, one or two?
I think Justin Grant's probably the best here tonight. He looked really good last night. Buddy Kofoid's always strong. There's a lot of people that can win.
I can't see you going your whole career without this on your resume. Do you have an eye on the Indianapolis 500?
Yeah, I'd love to. I mean, I think it'd have to be the right opportunity, though, and with the right team.
I got you. Thanks for your time. I appreciate you.
Yep, thank you.
We had a huge rain delay and then a beautiful rainbow. So that week, a lot of guys in this pit area remember that. It's more
Yes,
than
sir.
just a race tonight. It's to honor BryanClauson, who he was, how he raced. Personally, I got to go wheel to wheel with him from the time he was 16.
How you doing? Good to see you. How are you?
Oh
yeah, me and my wife are out here.
A night off for you?
Yep.
Just no stress, just fun.
Yep.
Good to see you, man. Thanks for
you
saying
too.
hi.
It seems that I can see.
One of the most iconic Indy 500 roadsters in history, Bill Vukovic's winning car from 53 and 54, built by Frank Curtis, an original Curtis craft. This car really led the front engine revolution. So cool.
When I did it at Daytona, if you ain't been to Daytona, you better.
The Agajanian Special, Troy Ruttman won in that car in 1952. This is the last upright big car, sprint car, to win the Indy 500 before the front engine roadster revolution and ultimately the rear engine cars. Troy Ruttman, youngest winner, still at 22. Vukovic led most of the way, but fell out with 9 laps to go with steering failure. That opened up the door for Troy Ruttman to go to victory lane at the Brickyard. The history here is beyond fascinating. From inside the Brickyard, just came out of the Indianapolis Motor Speedway Museum. That place is absolutely fascinating, a national treasure for sure. You know, there are so many interesting facts around the Indianapolis 500, reaching back to the inaugural run in 1911. But one of the most interesting to me, it's kind of odd, but nonetheless interesting in that, think about one of the most common names, last names in American history, the name Smith. Well, no driver by the last name of Smith has ever started an Indianapolis 500. Keep in mind that race has been ongoing since 1911. 33 starters, 11 rows, 3 abreast. No driver has ever started that race by the last name of Smith. How does that happen?
I can see the gleaming candlelight still shining bright through the sycamore. The new mown hay sends out its fragrance from the fields.
But you guys did feel dynamite. Like, I feel super comfortable. And like, I mean, feels like dialed. I love it. Like, whether it was traffic or like driving on
Gotta take care of those long locks, man.
All right.
Hey, so the competition here is off the charts. You know that. What would be a great day for you here tonight?
A great day for us would look like probably just staying out of trouble and, you know, getting really comfortable in the car. For us, unfortunately, we're out on the West Coast and we don't get to race very often, not nearly as often as these guys out here. So for us, I would love to just feel real comfortable in the car and try to stay out of as much trouble as possible.
Yes. Are there any of the veterans here today that you can lean on for knowledge, advice, anything?
Yeah, that's one great thing about the whole racing community. Really everyone here, we're so much like family, and everybody, the field and all the competitors are so good right now that it's, you know, you can really talk to anybody about advice, and they're really open to helping, and you know, they make it very comfortable for somebody who's maybe not too sure or you know, just starting out or whatnot. And you know, there's a lot of really good shoulders and that I can lean on here, and I'm super fortunate to be a part of it.
How old are you?
I'm 22.
What do you do back home in California?
So my parents are ranchers out there in California.
Really?
Yep.
Like cow ranchers?
Cow and hay, yep.
Yeah, wow, that's so cool.
Cows and hay, so.
That's awesome. That's a cool story. Do you work on the ranch, or?
I do. Well, I used to. I guess I should say I moved out to North Carolina about 2 years ago. So family's still running the farm back home, and I'm out in California or North Carolina laying in the sun.
If you could have your dream come true, which direction would you like to head in motorsports, assuming this is what you want to do?
Yes, absolutely. You know, we're just getting started here, and luckily we have Brent Cox on board with us with Abacus Racing, and you know, really the future is ours, right? We have great people behind us and a handful of them. So I think opportunities are endless, so anything that comes my way, I'm willing to take.
Is it a family-owned car?
It's not. So Brent Cox out of Indiana owns the car.
I gotcha.
Yep.
Okay. Well, thanks for your time. I really appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Wishing you all the best.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Indiana, and it seems that I can see the gleaming candlelight still shining bright through the sycamore for me. The new mown hay.
What is this for you? Is this coming back to your roots, or is this a way for you to stay sharper in the seat no matter where you are?
Yeah,
why do you do this?
I guess fortunately my roots were a lot of fun, and it is fun to come back and just see the people and try to race. I don't have a whole lot of experience with this power to weight ratio, but you know, just getting reaccustomed to open wheel racing is a challenge in itself, and no better team to do it with than Clauson Marshall Racing, and driven to save lives.
So you race for, is it Clauson's dad, or?
Tim and Richard, yeah, Tim Clauson and Richard Marshall, they're the owners, and their wives.
I gotcha.
The reality is it's a group, family team effort, and it's fun to be a part of that.
As long as you've been in the game, Is it still fun, or does it ever feel like a job climbing in one of these? Or?
Well, it's fun to do it first class the way these guys do it. And even though I'm not 100% when it comes to the talent, just because I'm not accustomed to the car, it's still fun to be a part of it. And hopefully we can have a good night tonight.
Do you still have an eye on the Indianapolis 500? Does that tweak your interest?
Yeah, I never really did. I've always been a stock car guy.
I know, but
So,
you're an Indiana guy.
that doesn't matter. It's not where you're from, it's who you are.
I got you. Would it, if the opportunity came, would you think about it? No. Thanks.
After watching Jimmy Johnson struggle with the road courses, I don't know that I'd be. I don't know that I could justify it my own life.
I understood. Thanks for your time. I appreciate you. How many cars are you fielding? I've seen midgets and sprint cars come out of your shop. Go through your program for me.
So at my shop, I take care of Chase Briscoe's midget stuff, chili bowl stuff. He has 2 cars. I own 1 midget that I take care of and build and do all the work on. And then I have 410 wing sprint cars, 1 410 non-wing sprint car that Chase Briscoe drove Friday. And we have some micros that we ran the last 7 or 8 years that I'm hopefully retiring from that real soon. My nephew runs my micro stuff for me, and then Mason Hannigan runs 1 micro for me. And my nephew's moved up into the 410 wing sprint car this year. He's ran about 6 or 8 races in it. And
aren't you also fielding a car for Chase Elliott here?
Yeah, the car that Chase Elliott drives is I own that car and take care of it as well. And then the Chase Briscoe cars, he obviously owns them. I just take care of them.
Got it. How's Chase for working with Elliott, that is? I mean, does he seem to be getting onto this open wheel thing all right?
Chase Elliott's awesome. He's a great dude. He's been really good to me. I'm just thankful that he gave me the opportunity to bring him into this sport. He's my midget was the first dirt midget that he ever raced at the Chili Bowl last year. So it's pretty cool to bring a guy like that into it and get him hooked on it, so to speak. He wants to do it as much as he can.
My question was, do you have an eye on the Indianapolis 500? Is that?
I don't know. I don't know if I'm quite brave enough, to be honest with you. It's funny, a lot of the IndyCar guys and even NASCAR guys, a lot of them won't do this, but I don't know. I've hit the wall at 180, 190, and it hurts. I don't know. I feel like 240 would hurt a lot worse. So I don't know. It's hard to say never, but I don't know if I really have the desire. I love watching it as a fan. I would love to do the pre-race ceremony, the parade lap, do all that. So I guess if there's ever a start park opportunity, I would love to do all that. But as far as doing the race, I don't know. I love it so much as a fan. I don't know if I want to truthfully be a part of it. I'm sure when you're in there driving it, it doesn't seem as bad as whenever you're watching. I just know that I'm probably not going to ever win it. And those guys, you just have to do it all the time to be good. I don't know. Yeah. It'd be cool to say you've done it, but I love watching it. It's a huge passion of mine, but I don't know if I have what it takes to drive it, I guess.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
Are these midgets as hard as a cup car?
They're just totally different. You have 3,400 pounds versus 1,000 pounds and different horsepowers. They're just totally different. You drive them 2 totally different ways. Physically they're different requirements. These are really short bursts, high intensity. Where the cup car, for example, it's 150, 160 degrees inside the car for 3.5, 4 hours. So it's just 2 totally different types of disciplines. It's hard to say one's tougher than the other. I feel like they're both really tough. Everything you drive is hard to win. Even going to a rental go-kart track, there's good guys there. It's hard to win. So they just require different types of skill sets and styles. So I don't know if I can necessarily say one's harder than the other.
Congratulations on an outstanding job at the Brickyard last weekend.
Thank you.
So cool
It was
to see you run so well.
It was cool. I think I took the lead on lap 2 or 3, and I looked up in the stands when I did it, and just seeing everybody standing up and cheering was.
It had to feel good.
It was one of the coolest things I've ever experienced. So it was cool. You know, obviously wish we could have got the win, but it was cool to start on the front row in Indianapolis for a cup race. You know, lead laps. That's something I never in a million years would have thought I'd get the opportunity to do. So it was cool.
Hard to sleep after that one?
Yeah, for sure. You know, all kinds of things you wish you could have done different. But I don't know. We got another race this weekend in Michigan. You know, it's a big race for us as a company. You know, in Ford's backyard. So go up there and see what we can do.
Go Cowboys. No, wait. Okay, no. Wrong answer, right? Okay. All right. Thanks, Chase. You know I appreciate you.
Yeah, we're trying.
I interviewed Kyle Larson earlier,
Yeah.
and I asked him, who's give me a couple guys to beat tonight, and your name was the first name to come up out of Larson's mouth. Are you one of the favorites from your view?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, you know, there's a lot of good race car drivers here and a lot of good race cars. But I like these little tiny short midget tracks, you know, places like this, Chili Bowl, I tend to go okay at. And I've got an awesome energy drink RMS racing midget here. These guys RMS brought for me, so I've got great equipment, and I feel like I'm pretty well versed at you know, beating and banging around these little midget tracks, and I enjoy it a lot. So yeah, I'd like to think I'm one of the guys, anyways.
I just saw your name in the headline. You won somewhere. Was it a Champ Dirt car?
Won a
or where was it?
Race. We won Winchester with a pavement car.
There you go. That's what it was.
We won with the midget last week in Pennsylvania, and then won a couple sprint league races. So it's been a good summer. We've been fortunate to be in some good positions and capitalize on them.
How many races a year do you run?
Upwards of 100. Yeah, 100.
Wow.
110. Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Annually.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, very fortunate. I've got a lot of great people, a lot of great partners that allow me to do what I like to do.
Hey, ever had a good conversation with Kyle Larson?
Yeah. We grew up racing go-karts together, and I've known Kyle a long time. We're not real close, but we've known each other for a long time.
Do you have an interest in moving to a different league, or are you completely satisfied right where you are?
You know, I love what I do. My answer to this question is always, I just want this to pay as good as that does. You know, I love racing midget sprint cars, Silver Crown cars. I love the fans here. I love everything about this. The only thing that would ever make me want to move is the paycheck.
Got it.
Got a family, and it would be nice to retire and do all that, you know, and live comfortably. But I love this. You know, I don't. My only desire to ever move on would be for the paycheck, and at this point in my life, I'm happy, and I love what I do.
I do. It's really cool. We got to go to this 2 years ago, so I wanted to come back. It's not very often I get to bring my whole family and the kids get to see racing, and I could just be a race fan. So when this event was coming back, we were like, yes, we're in.
No pressure.
Yeah, no pressure, right?
Yeah, no kidding. Thank you.
Sit in the stands and get a little dirty.
Yeah. Thank you so much. He's a good doggy. Good doggy boy. Say good luck, Dad. There he goes.
And the home of the brave. Ladies and gentlemen.
And it seems that I